Okay, so in this video, I'm going to go through the process of how you square up a room. You have to know which walls are square with which walls. A laser square is going to make it a lot easier. But if you don't have a laser square, this is how you can do it using a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Find my longest wall and the wall that's going to have, that needs to have a decent sized tile on it. Because it's going to be like a focal point, or it's going to be very visible, or it's going to be an area where you're going to see all the time. I'm going to pick that wall, and then I am going to see how the other walls, how square they are in relation to that wall. To lay out this tile, you need to know if the room is square or not. So how do you do that? So this is my longest wall. That's my longest wall. So I made a line on the floor here, parallel to this wall here. So I know I'm straight with that curb. Then I measured from this curb, from this line to that wall, and to that wall, and it's exactly parallel. So what that means is this wall and this wall are straight. Then what did I do? Now I got to square up the room to see if the room is square. So I know I'm going to go off this line here. This line here. So I squared off another line off here. So how do you do that? Well, if you've got a laser square, which I do have, it's easy. But if you don't have one, it's not as hard as you think it might be. So what you do is you measure. You do it like a 3, 4, 5 triangle. So 3, 4, and then that should be 5. So what I did was I measured 4 feet from here to here, and then I got an approximate 3 feet off that line to here. And then I used my tape measure and I measured 5 feet from this side to this side. So that's exactly 5 feet. So I know these two lines are square. So 3 feet, 4 feet, and then this is 5 feet, 3, 4, 5. And that could be any multiple of if you've got a big room, you can do 8 feet, 6 feet, and then the hypotenuse should be 10 feet. Any multiple of 3, 4, 5. The hypotenuse is the longest. So that's how you square off a room. And to double check, 3 feet on this side to this line, 4 feet to here, and then I measured the 5 feet, and it's exactly square. So now I know that this wall is parallel to that wall, and I know this line, the marker line, is parallel to, square to this line, so I know I'm exactly square. So now I measured from this line to the wall, and I measured from this line over here to the wall again, and this wall is about a 1/4 inch off, which isn't bad. And then I measured from this line to that wall, and then from this line to that wall, and it's exactly 9 feet. Exactly 9 feet. So what that tells me is this wall, and that wall are perfectly square, very close. This wall here, the outside wall, is a little bit off. So, because it's only like a 1/4 inch, you're not even going to see it. There's going to be a toilet here. It's going to, this is in and out here, and there's going to be a vanity over here. So what that means is now that I know that if I go straight off that line, all my cuts on this side will be all the same, or square. All my cuts on this line will be square. It's going to be covered by the vanity, and this side here will be a little bit off. So that's how you square off a room.
This is a small room. If you've got a bigger room, then obviously you're going to have to throw down some more lines. To recap, measure from that wall out to whatever distance you want, and do the same exact distance and draw a line. Get a square line off here. You get to get a square line off here. So you're going to go 4 feet from here to here. If you've got a framing square, you got something that's going to help. But I didn't have anything in this room, so I just had my tape measure. So I measured 4 feet from here to here. Then I measured from 3 feet from here to here and just drew a line. Then I measured where 5 feet intersects from that point to this point where it intersects with this line. If I connect that point where I measured the 4 feet to this point, I'm going to have a square line and go straight across. And then to double check, I measured 3 feet, 4 feet, and again it gave me 5 feet. So I know that that's perfectly square. And that's how you can square off a room. So I know that wall is parallel to that wall because the measurement from here to this line is the same both in that corner and in that corner. I know that this wall is a little bit off because the measurement from this line to this wall is a quarter of an inch difference than from this side of the line to that side. So I know this is a little bit off. It's 9 feet exactly from there to there, and 9 feet exactly from there to there. So I know 1, 2, 3 walls are square, and that one's a little bit, and that one's a little bit off.